God damn, this took so much time. But it was worth it. So you wanna know how I make these big paintings? I'll tell you. But before that, please subscribe. Alright, so this took me a lot of time, like 4 days to be exact, and I did not expect that much time, but it was worth it. Okay, so first and foremost, you need to start with the concept. It all begins with the concept. So here are some ideas which I just jotted down on the paper. So most of these are like random ideas floating in my brain that I just jot down on the paper. They just look all wonky and stuff. The perspective is not right and all that kind of shit. Okay, but it doesn't matter. The idea is to get those ideas on the paper. That is the most important thing. Anyway, so the idea was that I have been watching Naruto for a while now, and I wanted to do justice to Sakura, okay, because her character is very poorly written. Okay, so I wanted to, change that. So I was like, after the war arc, she ends up with Naruto, and she then finds out some power that is hidden beneath her, and she starts training in Sage Mode. Okay, Naruto guides her in learning Sage Mode. So that was the idea. So she's like sitting in her home learning Sage Mode. So this was, I think, the first iteration or the idea that I jotted down. Okay, then I did this one. She's in her living room, and the light is coming from this window, and she's sitting over here, and Naruto is here, and Katsuyu is here, and all that kind of shit. Okay, but then I thought, let's do a close-up. Okay, so I was like, fine, I'll do something like this, and this one clicked really well. Okay, and after this I did some rough lighting scenarios. Okay, the light is coming from over here and it's casting on her backside. Okay, so she's in shadow. Okay, this is like a very dramatic lighting, and for this one, something like this. Okay, the window is over here out of the camera, and it's shining light on the floor. All right, so something like this one. So these were the ideas that I had in mind. Okay, and after that I started planning. I started flushing out that idea which I like, keeping her in a semi one-point perspective, so the camera is like slightly off. Okay, that created a more dramatic effect. Yeah, and this thing just turned out pretty good. Like, I like this a lot. And then I started doing some rough lighting on it, so something like this. Okay, but it still didn't click a lot. Okay, so I was like, so fine, I'll just adjust the lighting a bit. Okay, then after that I put down a perspective grid and laid out the rough sketch. Okay, flushed that idea out more and more, added more elements to it, like for example this kunai and all this stuff in her cupboard or racket or whatever, and this scroll, and then flushed in the Naruto character behind. Okay, so yeah, so this was the rough sketch, and after that, of course, I laid in the actual sketch. All right, so something like this. I changed Naruto's pose because it wasn't looking so good, and I added and deleted some of the stuff. So the sketch one took me a lot of time, but it turned out pretty good. After the sketch, I was like stuck with lighting. Okay, I tried that first lighting before, which I actually planned, and it did not turn out good enough. Okay, so this was the rough lighting which I tried, but it did not turn out good enough. And then I tried another one, something like this. Still, it just felt off. Okay, so I was going for something like a very bright lighting. Okay, the room is lit by sunlight. All right, and Sakura is a very cheerful character, so I never wanted her to be in a dark lighting scenario, so this lighting just did not click. All right, so I was like frustrated. Okay, so I just slept that night. So the next day I came in and laid out these 4 sketches side by side to each other in one page, and I started doing more lighting setups. So this one was something like, there is a top-down lighting from a tube light or a bulb or something, so that does not translate to the light that is coming from the window. All right, and this one never had a window light. Okay, so the sun is not casting a light from over here. The room is just very brightly lit, and the characters are kind of like dark, so light on dark or dark on light. Okay, those are the basic lighting principles. Alright, this one seemed okay, but this one seemed off. So I was like, fine, I'll go back to that first lighting and move the values to the lighter side. Alright, and then we'll see what happens. And I did just that. So what I did was, I put down a darker value but higher than 50% gray, and then for the light that is coming from the window, I just put a whole freaking white patch for the light that is coming from the window, and that worked beautifully. So this was the result. That worked beautifully. So after the lighting is set, then comes the color part. So what colors should you choose for a painting? So colors can be difficult. Colors are like really super difficult if they are chosen the wrong way. Okay, I personally recommend to just stick with the color wheel, to stick with the color harmonies, to stick with the. So over here, since these colors did not work because I was being dumb and I did not choose a color harmony, alright, so I decided the next step after lighting would be to choose a proper color harmony. So I went with something like this. Okay, first and foremost, I chose a red. Then I chose something in between yellow and orange. Okay, you can just simplify this to as red and orange or yellow. And then to complement that, I chose a cyan or a green. Okay, so on the color wheel it looks something like this. So this is split complementary. Alright, but I was like, okay, fine, there is not enough variety, so I'm gonna choose a blue, and this becomes a double complementary. Alright, so the colors over here are all double complementary. The blue is not too much, okay, so this is like more of a split complementary, but it's still there. Okay, it still is present in the painting to just add a little bit of pop to it. Right, and that is how you choose colors. Always stick to the color wheel. Okay, always stick to the color harmonies, the color schemes. All right, because they are always right. They just aesthetically boost your painting. Okay, boost your colors. The colors harmonize together, and then after that, it was finally time to color everything. Okay, to color this sketch that I did, to just blow this sketch up into a big size. First and foremost, I painted the flats. The flats come in first. Okay, you can directly just start rendering if you are advanced, but I wanted to take it slow. Next time I won't be taking it slow. I will be directly rendering as I go. So first and foremost, the flats, and then I started adding shadows on top, so that popped out the painting even more. And then after that, the juicy details. Okay, the texturing, the rendering. Okay, adding more tones, adding more everything. Okay, look at all these textures over here. So this is what is meant by rendering. Okay, you have to render the textures or the painting just looks flat. All right, so look at this one. Okay, it looks so kind of like empty. Okay, but when I add this thing over here, it looks complete. And that's it. I added some smoke effects and some dust effects and maybe some other details. Alright, so that's it. That was the painting, and this took me a lot of time. The rendering process is the most fun part, but the flats is the most boring part. Okay, I hate it a lot. That is why the next time I'm gonna paint everything directly. God damn it, man, I really hate doing flats. God damn. Alright, and that's it. This is the time lapse of the whole painting. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe. We are so close to 1000 subscribers. So until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.